What's up, you guys? You're back with Zorawk. Today I am here with my One Piece chapter 1029 review and grade. The chapter is called The Tower, so let's jump into it. We start off appropriately with Jewelry Bonnie with a tower of soba from a cover request with her eating soba with some otters. Very cute, but we have more pressing business to attend to. So we continue from where we left off last time with the Queen and Sanji fight. So Queen is shocked that his sword broke across Sanji's neck. He is saying that this can't be due to armament hockey. He doesn't sense that's what's happened, so it must be something else, and points to research that he remembers that Vince Smoke Judge was working on to create augmented superhumans. And so Sanji is freaked out by this because, unlike us One Piece fans, he's not seeing this as an exciting opportunity to get stronger. He's seeing it as potentially him being heartless like his siblings. And so, if you all recall, part of the genetic overhaul that Judge did to the children wasn't just giving them superhuman abilities, but it was also suppressing their emotions. And Sanji, who is a very emotional guy, that's likely his worst nightmare. So he's freaking out at the prospect of all of this. And so as he's working through this in his mind, he is running away from the fight with Queen, to try to figure things out. And so we will see where that picks off later. We then go to the fight between Big Mom, Law, and Eustace Kid. And we see that Eustace is on the floor, very strange. And Law is saying, hey, what's wrong with you? And Big Mom is like, who cares? I'm just trying to attack this guy, take him out of the fight. Which, by the way, shout out to Law. This guy has been super impressive through this entire arc, and I see that a lot of other YouTubers did a ranking of all of the supernova, which, to be fair, after this chapter, we have a lot of material to work with, so I'm going to be doing my own at some point midweek this week, so you have that to look forward to. But anyway, getting back to the chapter, we see Big Mom going in for a potential kill shot on Eustace Kid. Law interferes, tries to give her a counter shock. It looks like it hit, but she might have just waved it off. She then uses an attack called Stolen Fire from Prometheus to then, take Law out of the equation, and then she goes right back to Kid. We see him going, oh man, I have this headache. His head is hurting, but he doesn't really know what's going on. We then go back to the fight between Killer and Hawkins, and we see that it's as a result of what Hawkins is doing to Kid, which is why he's feeling this headache. So Hawkins, you all recall from several chapters ago, his last doll is based off of Eustace Kid. So whatever damage is given to Hawkins is now being given to Kid. And so Killer's having a really tough time with this fight because he doesn't know how to attack Hawkins in a way that wouldn't impede his captain. And so we see that looks like Hawkins might have been taking advantage of this because Killer is on the floor just watching Hawkins do this to himself so that the damage can be transferred to Kid, not really having a lot of recourse, and is having a little bit of regret because he's imagining that Eustace Kid is relishing the opportunity to finally take down a Yonko, and now because of Hawkins' activities, he's unable to do so. And so we see that he's feeling a little sad for his partner. We know that these guys are really close from the events that unfolded in Sabaody. And so, you really feel for Killer in this situation here. Just really frustrating. An opponent that he could likely take down, but can't, because if he does, then his friend, essentially, right, really his Nakama, his goals won't be able to be achieved because he'll be taken down as well. But then we see that he has a little bit of a second wind, and he says, you know what, let's give this a shot, and really shows off the intelligence that we saw of him when we were first being introduced to that would-be alliance between Hawkins, Eustace Kid, and Pooh. And so he goes, hey, Hawkins, what happens if I deal damage to you in a place where the doll that you have, the person that they're based on, doesn't have any limbs? And so he cuts off Hawkins' left arm, And of course, nothing happens to Kid because Kid lost his left arm a while ago in a conflict against Shanks. And so he's able to cut off that arm, and conveniently, that arm is the place where the final doll that is based off of Kid is located. And so he takes out the doll and says, hey, is this your last one? And of course, it's his last doll. So what that means is that any attack that Killer gives to Hawkins from this point on will not be reflected on to Eustace Kid. And so he's able to finish Hawkins off with his attack. Before that, though, Hawkins had released his straw man puppet, but Killer quickly dispatches of the straw man, and then he takes out Hawkins with very little effort. He calls it the spin and Sonic, and so Hawkins looks down for the count, and now Eustace Kid is feeling pin, as the Japanese would say. He feels great, and so now he's ready to fulfill his ambitions of taking down a Yonko, and that is the end of the chapter. And again, I'm going to reiterate, I'm going to be a broken record for all of these chapter reviews, grades, and any one-off videos. But again, I can't see the raid failing at this point. It looks like all of these guys, all of these loose ends are being taken care of. Very few opponents left now. Who do we have left standing? Of course, Kaido, Big Mom. We have who else is left actually? Raizo's opponent is left, and then we have Apu. So maybe 4 characters left from the Kaido Alliance needing to be taken down. Guys, this raid is going to be successful. Hate to break it to those folks who are on the raid failing bandwagon, but I would hop off real quick and join the Luffy is officially Yonko level bandwagon, raid succeeding bandwagon. But that's the end of the chapter. My grade for this chapter is a solid B. We needed a chapter like this, and we're going to get probably a few more chapters of characters being taken down before we finally get to Big Mom and Kaido. But let me know what you thought of the chapter in the comment section below. Let me know what your grade would have been for chapter 1029. And I will see you guys later on this week for that ranking video of the Supernova. Because I've got some opinions on how some of these other guys have been ranking, folks. I see it a bit differently, but you'll have to wait a little bit to check that out. So until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.